Hey everyone, it's M4J here and welcome back to Summerset MTR. Now when you watch this, it won't have been too long since the last episode went out, but for me, this is like 3 weeks I think since I last hopped on board the server. Oh, train pulls in just as I start talking as well, lovely. Get used to that by the way, because that's going to disappear soon. At the end of today's episode, this will have changed. Trains will not be coming through Woodbridge for the foreseeable future. But enough about that. Let's talk about something else. I thought I'd start on the jetty here at Woodbridge, just because. Thought I'd mix things up a little bit, and I've been told there's something here waiting for me as a surprise. Now I was going to go and show you some of the other builds here on the server, excuse me, but there's been a little bit of a teething trouble with Master Trams's station at the moment. So I'm going to hold off on that for now, because I think you guys should see it at its best, not at its infancy. So we'll come back to that at a later date. But from what I've seen of it so far, it does look really cool. So fingers crossed that those problems get solved, and then we can show it off properly. Also, I love the fact you can see Kingsbridge, and in the future, that's not what I meant to say at all. In the distance over there, you can see Summerset Tower as well, or Summerset Place, Summerset House. I don't know what I'm going to call it right now. Something tower, something place, and there's spawn as well, just in case you need to know about that. So yeah, we're over here on the jetty. I think I might have just caught a glimpse of the surprise actually, but I wanted to do it as a big reveal. So I'm going to walk this way out of the station. This is going to change in the foreseeable as well. We're going to have a new gate line somewhere. Don't know where yet. Somewhere in here there's going to be a gate line, which means I can remove the ones here on the individual jetties, and I can also take out the ones over here, and then we'll keep the ones there for when you buy tickets at the ticket office. But for the most part, we'll build a new gate line in and out of the station again, just because. Okay, let's hop up the stairs here. We're not going to use the escalator. We're going to take the stairs because it's about time I got some exercise. This is the new bridge over the dock here, and you'll see here we've got the new stairs and the new escalators that take you back down to ground level. We have also got these tracks still in situ, because I was moaning in the past about not knowing how to make these invisible. It turns out, is it shift right click? There you go. You can apply a model and hidden. And would you look at that? And now if you right click it, it applies it to all the others as well. So now I can go around. I think you have to do it in the direction you're facing. I can go around and actually make all these tracks invisible, which is awesome. Obviously you can still see the nodes when you're holding the wand. If I swap out of the wand, that disappears. But we can now actually run buses through here without the ugly tracks in the way. And there's actually something else really cool about it, which I'm going to get onto, if not today, then definitely in the next episode, because again, I feel like I've done this this add-on a disservice. This is part of the Nemo's Transit expansion, I think it's called, or Transport expansion, which is part of the MTR mod, but it's like an add-on rather than part of the main mod itself. But yeah, I like this. The tracks have different models. Who knew? And the other thing that's really cool, which is what I was going to get onto in a second, is the fact that they have different gradient models as well. So if I shift right click on this again, change vertical curve radius is the key thing. So you can actually, excuse me, I got hiccups as well, which is great. You can actually create consistent gradients, which is exactly the thing I was moaning about when I built the spiral over there. So I can actually come in now and do that properly. Also, I love the fact that I can now hide some of the imperfections here, and unless you've got a wand equipped, you won't even know. It's really, really cool. Now, believe it or not, today's episode isn't just me running around making tracks invisible. Like I said, we're going to get rid of trains running through Woodbridge at the moment. It's a temporary thing. Don't worry, they will be back. But the reason I'm doing that is because I want to completely rebuild Woodbridge Depot. To give you some context, we're at a stage of this build now where Summerset Place Station is basically complete. Has been since the series started, let's be honest. Woodbridge is basically complete, apart from something in the basement, which now I know what the surprise is. I'm not going to give it away to you guys in case you didn't see it, but the reason I hadn't actually finished it off camera was because I was waiting for something, and that something has accidentally found its way to me. So that saves me a job. I know how he did it now as well. I was wondering that, to be honest. At least we know the roads work too. That's kind of cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So Woodbridge Station here is complete. Waterhill Road is the last station, on my line at least, that isn't yet complete. Existing station, I should say. There are plenty of other stations that will be built in the future. What I want to do today is get the depot here at Woodbridge set up in such a way that once Waterhill Road Station is complete, which will probably be done over the next few episodes, we can then start... that's what this looks like as well, by the way, without the tracks, but they are still all there. Excellent stuff. What was I saying? I've completely lost track of what I was saying now. Oh yeah, once Waterhill Road is complete, I'm going to carry on building the city loop. So I will come out of Woodbridge here, and we're going to head off that way to the west, and eventually we're going to start curving north, and somewhere over there is going to be the main station of Summerset, or at least one of the main stations of Summerset. I'm very much looking forward to showing that off once it's actually built. But I think what I want to do is build the main loop and then come back and start building stations. I think that might work best, because I'm taking my time building stations right now, which probably isn't the most exciting thing for those of you who just want to watch trains running around. So we'll come up with somewhat of a compromise. But I do want to get the depot working, set up properly, so that we can just churn out trains when the time is right. Anyway, this surprise. Master Tram said there was a surprise waiting for me in the car park underneath the bus station. Something else Master Tram's actually suggested was that this side here gets turned into a tram hub, which actually I'm not against. So that might end up being the case. Because they look so different to the bus stops over there, I think this would work quite well as a tram hub. Or at least streetcar or something like that. Light rail. Not as light rail as that. Tram. We're going to call it tram. Anyway, the surprises are over here. Look at this. So this is part of the, I want to say the automobiles mod, I believe it's called, or car automobile mod. And we've got some vehicles here. That egg can go away. Nope. That egg can go away. There we go. Yeah, I spawned loads of chickens under here as well as a joke, and they haven't dispersed quite as I'd hoped. So we've got loads of chickens around here as well. And we've also got sheep and pigs in the dock still, which is lovely. Yeah. Anyway, warped wood car. That's one here. We've got the light blue transporter, the white SUV, oak wood, and oak big wood car. No steering wheel, which is a bit disappointing, but never mind. I want to give the SUV a ride. I have no idea how these work. I'm pressing buttons. Nothing's happening. Maybe they don't have fuel. If I shift right click. Yeah, you got next to no fuel. Oh, key. Do I need a key? No, that's not doing anything. Again, pressing buttons, nothing's working. I need to read the literature for this mod, I feel. Because I feel like it's really obvious and I just don't know what I'm doing. Also, look at the stuff I've picked up over the time. That's crazy. Let's try a different vehicle. Left shift to dismount. I got that bit. Did that move forward a little bit there? You don't seem to have anything inside you. You don't even appear to have an engine. Warped. Again, you've got fuel. I don't know. It doesn't matter too much. The main thing is the cars are now here. And the reason I was waiting was to get a car actually in the game so that I could see how big the spaces need to be. They look to be about 2 blocks wide. So I reckon every second block, or every third block, there'll be a line. Although I still want to use, is it the chisel mod or something like that, where you can cut up blocks and actually put down painted lines. Or find another way to do painted lines. I think there's a better way of doing it, but I can't remember what it is. Anyway, subject to today's episode, because I've been recording for 10 minutes now and we're not even there yet. So as the game gets laggy, yeah, I'm on 10 FPS, which is insane. This is Woodbridge Depot in its current form. And I say current form because shortly this is all going to change. My plan is as follows. We've got grade separation going on here. You can see that the exit line for the depot comes up a slope here and joins the spiral. The new, soon to be flattened out spiral as well, which is going to be great. Can't wait for that. You've also got these two lines here that curve off this way, and that forms the depot entrance. Now what would be cool is if I could swap those round, but that's not quite possible with the current setup that we've got here. But to be honest, I'm okay with that. What I would like to do is take the input line here and actually change it up slightly so that I can redo the water here, the riverbank, and add a bit more of a curve to it. Would also be cool if I could put that little stream in that I talked about a while ago. Maybe even if that stream carries on round under the depot. Now I'm kind of going into this a little bit improvisation-y right now. I don't know how this is going to look. What I have done is taken a look at Mastertram's depot, which is also not complete. And again, I'm not going to show it to you guys right now until it is complete. But I had a look over there for some inspo. And to be honest, he's gone for an underground depot kind of vibe. So there's going to be a building built on top of his depot. It looks really cool. Like the groundwork and everything to it looks really cool. Mine's going to be an above ground depot. We're not going to do anything quite as fancy as that. But what I liked with the inspiration is the sort of track layout and the building style. And I think that's something that I'm going to, in inverted commas, borrow for this. Now the problem I have is getting these trains in and out of this depot. One thing I wanted to check, and I think this is actually the case, is whether or not trains heading into a depot can use turnback sidings. Because if that's the case, what I would do here is take all of these sidings here and move them right up to the edge as close to this track as possible. I would then put a turnback siding over here somewhere and have the incoming trains go into that turnback siding and then out into their respective siding. We can but try. That's going to be part of my plan. Another part of my plan is going to be to have another set of sidings just out in the open. So there's going to be a depot. The actual depot itself is going to be the back ones here. And then there's going to be another set of sidings outside with one through track so that trains can actually get in and out to and from the running lines. Everything else should stay pretty much the same, except these tracks here that connect out to the main line. I'm going to remove the middle one here. So like the one that forms the actual triangle, because let's be honest, we don't really need it. I think I built it as a last resort to try and get something else to work, and it didn't. Spoiler alert. But I don't think we need it. I really don't think it's that necessary. I also do want to... Actually, if the turnback siding idea does work, I might test it. Then that changes everything here, because then you can just have sidings branching out from all of this, and then have a dead end set of sidings here with a dead end depot here. I kind of want to test that, but have it set up just in case that doesn't work. I'm also just going to get rid of this mushroom quickly because it's winding me up. It's looking at me funny. So yeah, that's my plan. How long this is going to take, I don't know. I don't know whether this is going to be a 2-part episode or anything like that. I literally don't know. And doesn't that make things exciting? I like to think it does. I'm also going to be removing a lot of trees. That's probably going to be the first part of the process, is going to be removing a lot of trees. And yeah, there's not a huge amount left to say, really. You by now will have seen the new time-lapse graphics that I have on screen for when I'm doing time lapses. I think right now in this series you've seen the border around the edge of the screen so far. That has actually had an upgrade, which you'll probably see in a minute, depending on which one I choose. And there are currently 3 other designs that I have created. There may be more in future. The reason I'm telling you all this is because I wouldn't mind some feedback on those. If you are a fan of them, do let me know down below. If you can't stand the look of them, you might as well let me know that as well. Much appreciated. And the other thing, before I get started on the time-lapse, is if you are enjoying these videos and this series as a whole, please do hit the like button and try and share the videos if you can. Obviously, don't get in trouble for spam or anything like that, but it really does help me out, and I really do appreciate it. Okay, waffle over. Let's see what I can do regarding this depot. Now, the lines you're looking at right now on screen are likely to change, and even as I've been talking here, I'm looking at some of the design and thinking, can I do this slightly differently? And I think the answer is yes, I can. The main thing is to keep the depot as close to Woodbridge Station as possible so that it can keep the name. That's the priority for me. If I can do that, yeah, hey. If I can't do that, oh dear. We'll see. Right, let's get going, shall we? Okay, so this is weird. According to the game, I have removed all of these nodes, and yet the tracks are still here. You've seen me there reload the chunks twice now, and yet the tracks are still here. So I have no idea why that is, although I feel like something's changed here. Yeah, look, if I hover over this one, it doesn't do anything, but these two... well, that one still exists. This one doesn't, which is interesting. The main thing is, do these ones still exist? Yes, that one still exists, that one still exists, and that one still exists. That's good. And over here, that one still exists, and that one still exists, but the middle one has gone, supposedly. Although, again, still seems to be here. All of these ones have gone. This makes life very interesting because I can't actually do any building, really, until all of these tracks have disappeared. Now, this could just be a rendering issue, or it could be there's something a little more serious going on under the hood. I feel like it's just a rendering issue, though, so I'm not panicking too much right now. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting one. Okay, while I'm waiting for this to sort itself out, I might as well start placing down the nodes for the depot itself, because I feel like that is going to be a relatively easy one to do. Now, I want my nodes. Let's assume this curve is going to be half the radius that it actually is. And I can't tell you what that radius is right now because the track is not... oh, it is there. 51.8, right. Radius 33. I don't actually know what that's telling me. Is that Manhattan distance or not? So if that one's existing still, it's that one that isn't. But then apparently this one doesn't either. I am so confused. I am so confused. Main thing is these trees are disappearing, which is good. It gives me space to work with. Let's start from here then. And we're going to say in line with this, which is this set of blocks here. We're going to come back. I think I've moved across to the side slightly there. Somewhere around here. I'm just going to make sure that we're not too close to this. We're going to pop down a node. There we go. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 forward. I think that's how big the gap was over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? Correct. Let's have a look again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do the same thing again. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the reason I'm doing this is this tile here is going to be... Actually, we need to change this slightly. I want 2 wide catwalks between sets of tracks, which means that these 2 here are going to move across like this. Then we're going to go 1, 2, like this. And then these 2 tracks are going to be right next to each other. The trains are basically going to touch. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that one's going to go there, yes? Correct. And then like this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you... I'm going to go here like this. And you get the idea. And this is basically going to be the design for all of our platforms. Ah, the tracks are starting to disappear. Look at that. Excellent. So yeah, I'm still not 100% certain how this is going to work with the design that we've got here. But I'm pretty certain, I'm pretty confident that this will look good, at least once it's done. And then hopefully we can make it practical as well, and that'll be even better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to live there. 1, 2, 3. You're going to live there. And then 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's right. Nope, there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, yeah, we can do probably one more. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. How many tracks is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 tracks. I can't remember how many we had before. I think it was 15. So already this is smaller but more optimized, I would like to say. And then if we build it out by 40, we could even do a copy of this over there. Now I can't actually remember if you can copy and paste nodes. I feel like you can't, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Now that the tracks have actually disappeared, I can get to work again. So, yeah, let's just do it, shall we? Okay, slightly new problem. You might have seen it there. These curves are all the same, all the way up, but when we get to here, we now have a length of 53. So I want to take that down. I think somewhere over here would probably work better. So that it's no longer that length. 45. I think this one is actually going to be the one we end up doing this with. This takes it to 42, which is basically... I know this one takes it to exactly 40, which is technically 2 train lengths. I think that works better. And then this one here is going to become our new center line, I was going to say. And I think that is the case. So, that is this one, if I'm not mistaken. That should be a 12.1. Yes. Except we are actually going to remove that one as well. So the plan is to get this one here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Something like this. What size is that? That's 10.2. So that's not actually going to work. Did I remove this one? No. Now I did. So we need to, from this line, I think, curve out this way a little bit. What length are you? 14.5. That probably has to be right. It's one of these guesstimates, isn't it? It's right or it's not. What that does mean is this one here is going to connect into this one. This one here we could actually pull back a little bit and do it to like there. And then go there to there. How long's that one? That's 14.5 as well. Wait, hang on. You're no longer one. You are a node. You're no longer one. No. Okay. Again, the track's taking its time here. So definitely this node here is going to connect to this node here, and then that's going to come down and connect up like this. What length are you? 37. Not bad. This one is going to connect to this one. This one is going to connect here. This one is going to connect here. Now this one is also going to connect to this. This one's going to connect to this. And this is where things get a little bit complicated, because we got to get another line into this, like so. But you'll already notice that that doesn't quite work. What is the radius of that one? So that's 14.5 as well. It's not a million miles off, to be fair. If I was to go back, let's say here. So that's still 14.5, but that's okay. I'm alright with that one. And actually, if I do take that one back, just for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where that one needs to go. Like that. And already I've lost... There it is. So you go like this, and then you are also 14.5. I don't even know how that's possible. Yet it is. Cool. So because of that, we're actually going to have another node here where this is going to slew across and connect. So let's say we did it like this. Just temporarily disconnect this one. What length are you? You are 17.5. You're a little bit snaky, but you do kind of work. Do you? No, actually you don't. I don't like the look of that at all from this angle. So let's split the difference a little bit more. We'll do something a bit more like this. How does that look? Slightly better. 27.7. I'm almost tempted to say, stick it there, get rid of that, and get rid of that, and just have them come in like this. That would work. Like that. I'm not against that as a design. I think that works quite well. We've still got the 3 tracks over here, but if we do something similar, so if we have this one slew in like this, and then we can have the other 2 actually join the diagonal that's going to head off in this direction, because that's the next thing we're going to look at, is the fact that there will be a diagonal somehow from here that cuts right across to the turnback sidings, which are actually going to be on the northern side. The reason being, so when trains are coming in and out over here, they don't interfere with trains that are carrying on to the tracks over there. That's kind of my plan, I think. Again, this is kind of all being made up in my head as we go along right now, so I'm not claiming this is the best idea I've ever had. Just going to put the one-way rails there as well. Let's also just get rid of this quickly, because this is annoying. What else? I feel like I'm missing something though, which is kind of annoying. Everything seems to be annoying me right now. Also, how light is this? I realise I'm recording this at night, which, I mean, right now it's 8 o'clock in real time, but because the server's set to real time plus a little bit, I can't remember what the little bit is. Not only is the moon in the sky, it's actually an eclipse, which is interesting. I think there wasn't there an eclipse recently. If I made that up. Probably made that up knowing me. Oof. Right. So yeah, there's going to be somewhere around here. So let's measure it from this actually. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? That should be 12.1, right? Yes. Excellent. And then if I slew it again the other way... Yeah, that doesn't add up at all. 1 second. If I now go 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that fits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, you live there. And then we remove this track. Like so. Cool. So you now go there to there. This one comes across like this. This one, 1, 2, 3, apparently comes in like this. No. 4, 5. That one comes in like that, which is 2 across from where it actually needs to be, which is really, really annoying. But I'm going to say that this actually works. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then you are going to come into you. Like that. And then you're around 12.1. 10.2. Which is a little bit annoying, but needs must in this case. As for these other 2, this one's just going to go straight on. Is this 12.1, this curve here? Yeah, just didn't look like it then. That was weird. And I kind of wanted the other one to do the same, but it doesn't fit. So, what I'm going to do here is a little bit of improv. We're going to get rid of that node, that node, that node. We're then going to come over here and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, why don't we just do it in line with this one? There's an idea. Like so. I think this line's already been removed, but I'm going to do it again just in case. There we go. So you are going to connect to that. You are going to connect to that. Then over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to say 5 there. But then I'm going to take it back 1 to there. You're now going to go like this. You're now going to go like this. This one should then be able to come across and connect up like that, as well as continuing across this way, which we're going to sort out in a second. So there's going to be all sorts of nodes and stuff in a minute as well, which is going to make this incredibly complicated. And then finally, this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to do it like this. I can't be bothered. There's always going to be one that just doesn't quite work. And as it happens, that one works perfectly. So what a happy little accident that's turned out to be. Okay. Connected. Connected. This one should still be 12.1 and is. This one should be 12.1 and is. And then these two over here should be pretty much identical, but not quite, which is fine. This one over here, is it this one that isn't? Yeah, that's 13.7. But again, I think I'm okay with that. And then the only other outlier is what's going to happen here. So I think if I do this, you're going to connect up like that. And then from here, it's going to keep going that way. But we'll come back to that in just a second, because the last thing we need to do... Oh man, this is a headache inducer, I tell you. I'm going to remove that again. So I think right now we actually need to put this extra diagonal in, and then we can start looking at how this is all going to fit together, no? I believe so. I believe so. So, yeah, looking at this, we want this layout, but on the opposite side, with the exception of one track, which is going to be the one there, which is going to form a loop. Yes, I like that. I like the sound of that. And there's going to be one other teeny tiny exception to that, but we'll come to that in a minute. So, how the hell am I going to do this? So we need to put brakes again for all of these lines. Okay, I think... Because, yeah, all of these lines still need to connect up to the turnback siding. I think there's going to be 2 of them, which are going to be over here. So we need to make sure that those are definitely in, and that there's enough room for these tracks to get across. So we basically need to do this layout again, with the single diagonal going across, with all of these lines connecting to it. Oh boy. Alrighty. Let's do that. Let's do that. And if I can get that done without my head exploding, then I think I've got the rest of this cracked. Okay, let's have a look at this and see how it works. First of all, my FPS is massively improved with all of this. So it's definitely the trains that slow everything down. Second of all, I think I've got everything connected. I think. So from the inline, which is here, you can get to all of these tracks. Actually, not quite. Well, yeah. So you can get to... from this track here, right the way up to the end, I believe. Using this diagonal, main diagonal track here. This diagonal track connects you to all but the bottom 2 lines, I think. So I think that's the same problem on both sides. So that's actually an easy fix, I believe. I'm just looking. So that connects up to that one. They connect up. So all of these lines here connect over to the 2 blue lines there, I believe, via various means. It's a bit complicated, but I believe that to be the case. All of the lines on the right, except for the bottom 2, connect up to the inline. And then all the lines on the left, except for the bottom 2, connect up to the line that will eventually head out again. This extra line here, by the way, in case you're wondering what this is for, this is the second track. So if you come in from that direction, you would curve round into this. However, right now, there isn't actually a need for that to exist. So I'm not going to build it. And also, I think it's a little too close for when we do the curves here. So, yeah, right now I'm not going to build that one. I think that's a bit pointless. And also, with that in mind, because it does still exist, I'm just going to trim this one. Like so. This one here is going to stay. But again, just like with the other one, it's not really going to be connected right now. And I think actually that causes... or maybe not. I was going to say it causes some problems, but I don't think it actually does. Right. I need to connect these 2 lines here up to the in track, and I need to connect those 2 lines there up to the out track. And I think I can actually do it via a second set of nodes in line with this. So if I do one here, yep, and then another one here, and then we can connect those in. So let's say it's this one here, isn't it? That one connects over to here. We've got like every type of crossing or every type of junction possible in this one depot. We've got scissors, we've got ladders, we've got double slips, we've got all sorts. It's incredible. Excellent engineering, if I do say so myself. So you're going to connect like this. This one here is going to go straight on to, I guess, there. Is this right? How have I built this? Ah, I see. There's supposed to be another node here, but that's fine. That's easy. So if we do that, and we do that, then that will connect to that. That will connect to that. Now the problem here, I don't really want a scissors crossing going through the middle of my junction here, but I don't know if I have a choice on that one. And that being said, I need to actually sever this one as well. Let's sort this side out first, and then I can worry about the other side. So this one, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, somewhere over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So apparently here is where this is going to go. So this is like a double slip scissor. Sure. And then you're going to come in like that. Okay, I guess if I've done it on this side, then I can probably do it on this side. I just think it looks weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 I think was there. And then again, that to there. I feel like I'm going to kill the server when I start trying to run trains out of this. But we'll see. And then like that. Now that does technically connect every line to every line. With no exceptions. Which is kind of cool. Signaling here is going to be a nightmare as well. And there's also the fact that I have no idea if these turnbacks are even going to function. If they're not, then that's where this second line here comes into play. Now the reason I think turnbacks do function when leaving and arriving at depots is because the original setup I had for this originally had one of the 2 tracks nearest me operate the short trains. And how that worked was trains came out this way, went up that line there, round the spiral through Woodbridge. In fact, back then it wasn't the spiral, it was the one where it went out and then back round and in. But yeah, went through the station, up to Summerset Place, I assume to the turnback, then came all the way back this way into that platform and then reversed the correct way. That's why I think this will work. To my knowledge, there's been no changes whatsoever that would stop that from being a thing. So I think, I feel, therefore I hope that this will in fact work. Now, how many tracks have we actually got here? Let's do some adding up. So there's 14 on that side, and then there's 12 on this side because those 2 are turnbacks. So by my maths, we have 26 tracks. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, yeah, plus 14. So that's 26 trains stabled here maximum. Now we could, and I think I will, add some more tracks down here. And I'm really tempted to add another turnback on this side, just in case we do have trains enter from this way. But I have absolutely no idea how that would work in the long run. I think the short answer is it won't. So possibly for now, I'm just going to ignore that. One other thing I want to do over here is pop a node down like this. There we go. Now I wanted this to actually be one long slope. The problem with doing that is you lose the signaling then. But I definitely want to do this. Like so. And I definitely want to do this. Reason being is this here is actually going to form the edge of the curve there. So I want to put this one to this one. And for now at least, trains will just run flat and then slope up at the end. That's fine. Now, if I stand here, this is number -97. Yes. If I now go stand over here, this is -69. So that makes this 28. Sorry, not 18. 28. So if I want to keep up that 28, so that's that's plus 377 plus 28, which is 405 I make it. So I need to come back down here to 405. Which is there. Now, if I build this to there and build this one round to here, that makes a consistent 18 radius turn. We'll check. Sorry, 28. I keep saying 18. Consistent 28 radius turn. If I now do something similar over here, where if I stand in line with this, come across to there, this can then be the same. Then we can join these up and we'll have a functioning railway once again. And then we can actually start messing around and hopefully getting this to work. So let's move along this direction till we end up level. Let's just keep going. Oh, of course I'd fall down a hole. Why wouldn't I? Here. This one here. And just check that I'm still in line there. Yep. So now you are 451 minus 28 is 423, I believe. So let's do this. Does that look like 28? We'll find out in a second. That looks massive. If I accidentally made that 38. Nope, that's 28. Huh. Who knew? And then yeah, connect that to that. Boom. So for the outer line here, once that's built, we'll bring it. First of all, it's a little further over in this direction anyway, which is good. And then if we curve it round a couple back here, then it should fit. If not, then I'll just make that curve a little bit wider and put it a little bit further away. That could work too. Right. This is all basically ready to go. It's just a couple more things we need to do, which is add the buffer stops here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. I could probably be doing this in a time lapse to be fair, but never mind. I feel like this has been a productive episode. We haven't quite got as much done as I wanted. I wanted to actually get the building decoration done as well, but that actually gives us something to do next time. So I'm not complaining too much. And then obviously we do these. The reason I use the one-way tracks here, hopefully it doesn't mess up the algorithm or anything when it's calculating. But basically it's to stop the train from accidentally overrunning and ending up on this section. Like it knows from the get-go that it's not allowed on this section. And then this will always be free. The other thing I'm going to do in just a second, doesn't matter as much on these ones here because these are turn back tracks anyway, but if I come here again with my magic brush, right click there, default, and I want depot. There we go. See how that works? The reason I'm doing this is so here I can actually build stairs that go down so that maintenance can be performed on the trains. Actually, again, it doesn't matter too much on this one, so I'm just going to put that back to that. Or default, actually, would be a good one. But on the depot side, over here, and I'll do this when I actually do the building, I want those to be sloped down. And the reason being is there's going to be a workshop at the back, almost right up against this track, but not quite, where tools and things would be stored. It would gradually get smaller down towards this end, of course. And then all of these here are going to have inspection pits. So you can actually go down underneath and have a look at the train and make sure that everything is hunky-dory. Okay. I really want to test this, but I did say trains wouldn't be running. But I think that was a lie, because I really do want to actually test this and make sure that it works. So, depot, add, grab from here, select all of this. Probably up to and including that section there as well. If I was to extend this, by the way, let me just type this because I can't talk and type at the same time. What colour do I want this? That, sure, done. If I was to extend this, I could almost copy and paste this design and either stick it over here or stick it up here, or find somewhere else where I can put it where it's still part of this complex. I could even this side, and it could still work. I'd have to mirror it, which I think is something you can do. It's also weird that you can see all the nodes here. I think that's new. Although saying that, I haven't updated the mod, so I don't know how that would be new. But yeah. Look! We have trains. And my frame rate has once again tanked. Although right now, it's not too bad. So what I want to do is go through and do each one of these tracks. So let's say this one here is track 1. And we want the D90? B90. It's the B90. Do I want longitudinal seating? Do you know what? I think I do. And for acceleration, I basically want it, I think 1.6 is what I want for that. And you are siding 1. Now you are siding 2. And you're also going to be longitudinal, and you're going to be, it was 1.6, wasn't it? So I'm just going to do this for all the rest of them quickly, and then we'll come back and set up a test route again. Okay, that's that done. And in doing this, I just discovered a major design flaw with this depot. Some of you, keen-eyed viewers, may have already spotted it. Yeah, that's exactly it. How do trains from the right-hand side get out onto the running line? That's a very good question, and it's one that I wish I'd thought of. So, one of these lines over here is going to have to be sacrificed to be turned into a turnback siding. And quite honestly, I see no reason why it wouldn't be this little bottom one here. So let me go and quickly do that. Once again, my frame rate has tanked, which is to be expected. Now, what I'm going to say for this is I'm not going to renumber all of the... Actually, do I need to do this? Hang on. Let's be thinking here. So I've decided the corners coming out of the depot are going to be a radius of 28. Over here, this one's 33, is it not? Yes, it is. So if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then over here went 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Does that give me enough space to build a turnback siding next to the depot track without having to remove it? And I think the answer is actually no. But we'll find out, won't we? So let's just remove that. We'll keep that node there because that will come in useful in a second. We're also going to remove this one. I will pop that one back in a second as well. This node can now go. This is going to be the new curve. Like this. And yeah, I'm wondering, is it enough? Where was the old one? The old one was that one, wasn't it? So if I do this now. Come on, game. Work with me here. I'm trying to find out if there's a way to actually improve the rendering here without having to like buy a whole new PC. It's not looking promising, I'll admit, but you never know. Where's me diagonals? So this should be 1, 2, 3, like so, and then I should be able to. Let's go one further. If I went like this, don't know if that's the right curve radius. Oh, 13.7. That could be worse. And again, this is technically a double slip, but it also isn't. So the way I'm going to fix that is over here. I'm going to build this. And you are going to come across like this. And then you are going to come across like this. Now I think there's only one track here now that won't have access, and that's this one, unless I built the second half of this scissor, which, why didn't I do that? That's why it looked off. Yeah, so if I now do this, I believe all of these tracks here now have access. Correct? Yes, that seems to be the case. So if I come back over here now, and I pop this down, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, that should be in line. And then if we stick you there, that should be a turnback siding that fits. Now it's not the double that I was hoping for, so maybe one of the ones over there could also be converted back, or we just repeat this at this end. Whoops. Come on, let me fly. There we go. I repeat the same sort of design over here, which is entirely possible. Probably not recommended, but possible. Okay. You watch now as I've just spent the last 2 hours of my life building something that isn't actually going to work. That really does sound like something I would do. New route. So you're going to start here, Woodbridge Platform 1. You're then going to go to Kingsbridge Platform 2. And then you're going to come over here to Summerset Place Platform 2. We're going to call you Test 1. Technically, you're running east, so we'll just do that. I'm also going to get this color. Copy. Cool. New route. You're going to go here. Kingsbridge Platform 1, which is that one. And then down here to this one. You are going to be Test 2 West. And again, you're going to be the same color as east. Cool. Let's see what happens now when I tell Woodbridge Depot that you're going to be running Test 1 and Test 2. Let's say we do train every 50 seconds. Yeah, between Woodbridge and Woodbridge Depot. So it doesn't actually work. It doesn't actually work, which is a real shame. Now, it could be just that there's some tracks that don't connect up. Or it could be the fact that it just doesn't work. There's meant to be a train leaving in 20 seconds. It says there's 26, so it does detect all of them. Path not found on Test West 2, or Test 2 West, between Woodbridge and Woodbridge Depot. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Train should be leaving right now. And isn't, probably because of the pathing issue. Which is actually kind of annoying, because I liked this design. Could I fix it? That's the question. Could I fix it? The answer is absolutely yes. The way I could fix it is by turning the topmost turnback siding there into just a through track. And actually that's not a bad... Oh! Wait! Sorry, everyone. Hold fire. Again, probably all thumping away in the comment section right now. I never relayed this track over here. And that could be a possibility as well. Maybe none of the tracks had a way of getting through. And that was the big deal. The big issue. Let's try this now, shall I? Here. All the way over to here. Like so. I can hear a train moving. I think. Can I hear a train moving? No, I can't hear a train moving. Huh. Let's try now. Depot, Woodbridge Depot, refresh. That's actually pretty damn cool that it does recognise the turn back siding. It's not meant to use it now. That's kind of confusing. Where are you going? Where are you going? I kind of want to see this. So you're now reversing. We've got another one trying to use that top siding. You're about to... Oh. It's going to use both. That's actually kind of clever. That is actually kind of clever. Okay. I don't have many complaints about that, to be honest. Although, where are you going now? My goodness, you are using the most confusing route to get in and out. That's crazy. But I kind of like the fact that it works. I'm just going to here do this, and you are going to connect up. I think it's to this one, but it could well be to the next one. No, I'm pretty certain it's to this one. And that makes a 13.7. Yeah, signaling here is going to be a bit of an issue. Kind of annoying that it didn't just leave, you know? I don't know why it thinks using the turn back sidings is faster. The truth is it isn't faster. Why didn't that lay a track as well? 1 second, everybody. Just going to see what's going on here. Lay track, thank you. Right, I need to clear vehicles because we're starting to get a backlog. This was something else I was afraid of. Clear vehicles. Right. Train every 40 seconds is absolutely fine. Yeah, so I'm kind of annoyed by the fact that it's using both turn back sidings right now when it really doesn't need to. I think there's no real way of fixing that. Actually, saying that, there's one way I think to fix that, which is to take these final two bits here and turn them into one-way tracks. I think that might actually do it. So let's just so it's this one here. This might be something where I have to kind of troubleshoot it offline, but right now I kind of feel like that, and then this, and then this should do it. Like so. And then maybe even doing the reverse as well, coming out. Between Woodbridge and Woodbridge Depot. So actually between Woodbridge and Woodbridge Depot, not even the other way around. Interesting. This might be something that has to be troubleshooted off camera then. Let me just put one of these back. There we go. And then check again. So that one works. But it's now going to go into this track here instead, isn't it? So yeah, the pathfinding in this mod is still a little iffy for my liking. But I guess that's fine. The main thing is this works as a design. Trains will enter and leave the depot intelligently, let's say. It might not be the most intelligently, but it's intelligently. I just want one more go of watching a train leave. 2, 1, train. That one. There we go. Which way are you going? Yeah, you're going that way as well. So it has to be a pathfinding thing. Because all trains, I believe, take the same route. It's not like the top track will go to the turnback siding and the bottom track will just leave the depot. They all have to go the same way because of the way the mod works with pathfinding. So it is going to use that siding there. Then it's going to reverse. And it's going to come down to the bottom siding. And then it will reverse again and actually leave. Which is kind of frustrating. But it is what it is, I suppose. This all needs signalling as well. I think right now I'm just going to signal this entire junction here as one single block. Just to make my life a little bit easier. Just so I talk about my life being a little bit easier. That train there decides it wants to go straight up that way and back again. Couldn't just go the other way, could it? What a pain. What an absolute pain. Is there even a way to fix that? Not really. Unless I make one of those tracks one way, but then that might mess up a whole load of things as well. You just don't know with this. You just don't know. In fact, where's that one going? Is that one just leaving? That one's just leaving. That's even more annoying now. Because that one's actually going to get out before the one before it. Which just makes no sense. The main thing is this is working right now. But what happens when the trains come back from their journey? I don't know. This could work. It could not. We'll see. There's only one way to find out. I might come back next time and find this is completely gridlocked. Which is kind of why I want to get it testing and functional now, so that doesn't happen. Like, that one's just going to leave straight away as well. That's very interesting. So I need to find a way to make those tracks there one way. Might have something to do with over here as well. Maybe if I just make that bit one way, that might fix it. I don't know. This is a very interesting problem that I've now got to try and solve. Something else I'm going to do off camera is sort out the spiral here as well. Alrighty, that'll do for this episode, everyone. I'm just trying to get down onto the roof of the building here so that I can actually watch these trains and see what happens. I say watch these trains. I'm going to grab a screenshot of that view there in a second, and then I'm going to log off for the night. But we'll see what it looks like when I come back next time. For now, though, that will do it for this episode. What's the button I want? This one here. So yeah, I'm going to sort out the spiral off camera. I might even do some more tweaking of the lines here as well, just to see if I can find a fix. And I would love it if I could find a way to make this game run faster here as well, because 10 FPS is a little unacceptable considering there are going to be bigger depots built in the future. But it is what it is. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series so far, drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. That'd be very much appreciated. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. That will really help me out. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Like I said, really helps me out. And if you could share the videos as well, if you're enjoying them, that would be ace. I would really, really appreciate that too. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you once again for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.